No, I'm playing. What's good, y'all? I'm finna get into this video really quick. It's probably been about a week or two, maybe 3 weeks since my last post. So this is gonna be pretty much a video to update you guys on what's been going on for the past 2 to 3 weeks that I haven't posted or dropped a video or gave you guys any kind of content or clues as to what's been going on. Since my last video, I went with my mentor. Like I said in my last video, I was gonna meet up with my next mentor. Well, my first mentor, I'm sorry. Actually, that would be my second one. Let me tell you how this worked. So, I got assigned one mentor when I first got out of Top Gun. I hit this person up, they never responded. Fast forward to the next day, I get my second mentor. Like I said in the last video, I was gonna meet up with that mentor that following Monday. That following Monday came, I went out on the road with my mentor. Now, I'm not gonna get really way too far into specifics, but long story short, I got off the truck with that mentor and asked to be assigned with a new mentor. I had to go home for about a week because they had to assign me a new mentor. As of right now, today is Sunday. This past week, I was with my mentor from last Sunday all the way up to about Friday night is when I came to this hotel. So just about every weekend, I would be at the hotel like Friday, Saturday, possibly Sunday too. He's on a dedicated account, so he only runs like certain days during the week. I still wanted a mentor that does OTR so I can actually learn, the ropes for OTR, because that's what I'm doing after I graduate, and upgrade. I'm gonna be on the road. So I've actually been learning a lot of new stuff with my current mentor. There's still a lot more to be learned. Backing is not all that crazy as it seems to be. Maybe because I'm running a dedicated account, so the places that I go to are just like, they're like continuous. Like I gotta go back to like the same places sometimes. I can never really go to anywhere crazy. We don't really leave Texas, which sucks. For what it is, Texas is a pretty big state, so we do put a lot of mileage in. He has me driving at night. Not really used to that. He'll have me get behind the wheel at maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I'll probably stop, around 2 or 3 in the evening that day, and then he'll take over. Because after you do like 50 hours solo driving, pretty much run teams after that. I think he says you gotta do like 250 total, and you have to do a total of I think about 40 backs. But just this week alone, I mean, he says that, I'm pretty much a little over halfway, so I'm probably gonna be on the truck with him for about another 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, a fun fact I'm gonna throw in there is he's a 1,000,000-mile driver. So he has like a little 1,000,000-mile driver thing on his truck on the side. So, I mean, that's pretty cool to get, behind the wheel and get some knowledge and experience with somebody that's done that much mileage over time. So I make sure that my brain is like a constant, sponge, soaking up everything that I can. I think so far what I like about it is definitely the backing. It teaches me like different techniques and like what to use when it comes to like side and blind side. Just depends. So when you got to get your 40 backings, I believe they have to be 20 straight backs, and then they have to be 20 angle backs. I mean, like I said, my mentor, he's knowledgeable. So I don't really have any doubts about anything that he's telling me. Pretty much everything that he tells me, I just absorb it in here and try to do it behind the wheel. I got a better mentor. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm comfortable behind the wheel. I'm comfortable backing. I'm comfortable learning things. So that's really all that matters. Hopefully the next video that I post, I'll actually be done being with my mentor and I'll be getting upgraded. It pretty much means you did your hours, you did your amount of backs. So what happens is you go back to a terminal, depending on what, terminal that you've been going to. And they give you like a final test. I think it's like a written test, and then I think it's like a driving final test. And I guess like once you pass both of those, like you pretty much get your own truck and you're running solo. Seeing how I don't really like being in a truck with somebody now, I probably won't be running no teams anytime soon. And if I did run teams, it would have to be with somebody that I legitimately know, like really, really closely know, like a really good friend or somebody that I was in class with that I got along with really, really well, that I know is not gonna bullshit and, you know, be about their money. So going over the road, it's pretty crazy. You are gonna see some things. A few days ago, I did see my first turnover truck, and it was pretty crazy. Like, the truck was completely torn to bits. The trailer was torn to bits. I ended up seeing the news article at least like a day or two later, and supposedly there was like a bunch of like coins in the trailer of that truck. And watching how it was getting picked up and cleaned up. And that's the crazy part, is because like we drove past it on the opposite side, and then probably like 4 to 5 hours later, we had to come back through that route on the side that the accident happened on. The accident was still there. They were still cleaning it up. They still had the truck. It was up on its right side with the trailer. They had it on like an actual like tow semi. So that was pretty crazy. One truck that ran off the access road up in Dallas and went off into the grass and was pretty much like dangling off the edge of like this really, really steep like ditch. And I mean, like I like legit, like the front wheels and the whole entire front of the cab were just like hanging there. And I swear, if it wasn't for the brakes on that trailer, I'm pretty sure that truck would have just fell in there altogether. It was a pretty crazy thing to see. The craziest thing that I had to drive through, I had to drive through some really, really thick fog about 2 or 3 days ago. I did have to do that. That fog was pretty thick. I'm talking about like from one wall of this room would be the front windshield to the other side of this room. Like, that's all you can see. I couldn't see no further past this wall of the room. Like, that's how crazy it was. And it's just like you're watching these cars pass you and then they just disappear into the fog. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of scary at first, but it's just one of those things where common sense kicks in. You're just like, okay, like these vehicles are passing me up. I can't see them once they get a certain amount of feet. Reduce your speed, just like you would if you were driving in the rain, sleet, you know, just any type of weather conditions that aren't sunny and normal, you're gonna end up reducing your speed. Probably the craziest thing that I drove through so far. I gotta sit here and, you know, keep playing music in my AirPods, you know, listening to podcasts. I've been watching a couple other trucking YouTubers, One Rock Cam, Dex, Slime Pack Nation. Those are some really good people to watch on YouTube. I mean, for me, they're the ones that are like popping a lot right now. They're pretty popular. They're the ones that I actually started watching before I even came to get my CDLs. So my hat's off to them, you know, give them props, because if you watch my YouTube channel about trucking, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen these people's YouTube channels. So they definitely inspired me to switch up my content and actually bring it to what it is right now, which is trucking. If you go back on my YouTube, I do other stuff too. Like, I'm currently building a BMW. I do a lot of fishing, a lot of gaming. I do different types of stuff. But the trucking really seems to be picking up the most traction on this channel. So I think that's one thing that I'm really gonna try to stick hard with and try to be consistent with. I just wanted to give you guys like a little small update video. It's not gonna be that long, not gonna be that crazy, not gonna be that much information. Like I said, hopefully the next time I post, I'm actually gonna be upgrading. If anything happens, you know, in between then, anything crazy, I'll try to record it. It's kind of hard to record because I'm driving most of the time and I'm with a mentor, so I don't want to sit here and, you know, be fumbling around with my, you know, my GoPro mount and stuff like that, trying to make sure I get everything that I do. But once I upgrade and I get out there on my own, I'll make sure that you guys, you know, see a lot of stuff that I'm seeing while I'm on the road. So as always, thank you for watching. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. If you don't want to subscribe, thank you for watching the videos anyway. Like, comment if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe. Shouldn't even have to tell you that, just mouse play. But yeah, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll definitely see you guys later.